Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take this opportunity to just once again break from the program on stage because we have a very special guest with us. We have President Trump's representative to deal with negotiations on Ukraine and many other matters, one of the most important members of the Trump administration, and the point man certainly on the discussion of how to negotiate some kind of settlement, Steve Witkoff. Can I get you, Steve, to tell us a little bit about the progress of the talks and how close you think we are to a deal?
Sure. First of all, thank you. Kellyanne, thanks for having me. You can't say no to Kellyanne. She asked me last night to be here, but it's an easy one because I have many friends here, including my new friend David. First of all, thank you. I think we've made a lot of progress. I think in the beginning of this process, there was a little bit of confusion. I was going to Moscow quite a bit, but I think it was important that we go there because we're at the end now, and I actually am optimistic. I spent the evening with David last night, with General Budanov, who's now Vice President Budanov, and Rustem. They've been amazing, by the way. You have, to the Ukrainian people here, you have an amazing negotiating team. We spent a lot of time together. I don't know how much, but it could be 100 hours together since Geneva. It's literally that comprehensive. And I think we've got it down to one issue, and we have discussed iterations of that issue, and that means it's solvable. So if both sides want to solve this, we're going to get it solved. That's my view. And I told the president that last night. And last night, Mark, I think, and it informs on this, the president sent out the tweet. We had a great meeting about NATO, about the European-American alliance, which informs on this conflict too, I think, as we discussed. So I feel encouraged. David, you're great to work with. And Rustem, and by the way, I want to mention President Zelensky because he's been on this issue. He's available, he's accessible. Whenever there's a need to call him to get a steer, we get on the phone with him. And of course, as everyone knows with President Trump, just as he said yesterday, Mark, with you, when we were talking about direct negotiations, he said, well, can I handle the negotiation directly?
Would love to, right?
So the president is always accessible as well, just the way he is. So we're off to Moscow tonight. We're not staying over. We're going right to Abu Dhabi. That's an important data point because in Abu Dhabi will be the working groups, military to military, prosperity. Jared and I talk all the time about the importance of prosperity, and of course we have what I would regard as the best-in-class prosperity advisor on the team, and that's Larry Fink.
Yes.
And Larry was good enough to volunteer for the job. I volunteered for the last 11 months, so why shouldn't Larry volunteer? And Jared as well, by the way. He's now a volunteer as well. President Trump is very good at saving money, David, okay? He gets us all for free. And you do too now. So, but prosperity is really big. All night long, we spent at dinner last night talking about the upward trajectory for the Ukrainian economy and financial system, capital markets, the jobs. The president has talked about a tariff-free zone from Ukraine that I think would be game-changing. You'll see industry move into that area in a huge way. Imagine you get to outcompete because you're not paying tariffs and sending goods into the United States. So there's some huge things that we've talked about that the Ukrainian people deserve because they have been so courageous in this fight. And they're under some real difficult conditions today. And I am completely empathetic on behalf of the president and our administration to that. And that's part of why we're going to Moscow, to have that discussion about how we end this thing and how we make it better for your people. So with that, I'll turn it back to the panel, and I'll thank you for allowing me to be here today and make some remarks. And I want you to know that this is the most important endeavor that Jared and I have. We are tasked with doing everything possible to get this solved. And with the president's indomitable spirit and President Zelensky's indomitable spirit, because I'm pretty sure that he feels as President Trump does, this is time to end this. I think we're going to get it done. So thank you.